Hi, and welcome to episode 5 of Unshakable Her. I am Fermi, your host, and I am so honored and glad that you are here with me on this journey. First of all, I just have to say, I'm a little sniffly. I have a bit of a cold, so just please excuse all the sniffles that may come up. Okay. Today's episode is called Unshakable Presence. The power of being in the present moment, the power of being in the here and now. Okay. This idea, being in the present moment, was a completely new idea to me. I never really thought about it. I never really understood it until I actually read about it and learned about it and became more aware of it. It absolutely changed everything for me because of how valuable this information was. And not only that, it was just like the way that it had an impact on my life. And most of all, really at the end of the day, was the way that I was able to come across as a parent. I just want to start off with saying that a lot of what I learned about being in the present moment came from a book that I read called The Power of Now, written by Eckhart Tolle, which is a fantastic book, literally number 2 on my book list. The 4 Agreements is number 1 and The Power of Now is number 2. Both of them made a huge impact on my life, and The Power of Now really helped me. And it took me a long time to sort of understand, what does this mean, this whole idea of being in the present moment. Yeah, we know that we can all escape, right? There are different forms of escaping. I can sit on my phone for hours, and that's a form of escape. I can sit and watch for hours, and that's another form of escape. I can drink, I can do so many other things that help me escape my own reality. But sometimes we are actually escaping our own reality without any of these things, without a device, without something else helping me escape. And that is my mind, my thoughts. My thoughts can sometimes carry me places where it may look like I am here, sitting in the room in front of you, right? However, my mind is somewhere else. My mind can be somewhere in the past about something that happened. I could be rehashing a conversation, or my mind can be concerned about the future. So there can be fear playing out, anxiety, worry, or whatever else that's basically distracting me from being where I am right now. So what I learned in this book was that, first of all, we have to realize that our mind is not who we are. We cannot identify with our minds. Our minds are a tool that our body has. Just like my hands are tools to help me get things, right? And pick up things and do things. And my feet are another tool that I have to help me go places, to exercise, stand, sit, lay. My mind is another tool that helps me be able to think things through. However, my mind is not me. My mind can sometimes make up stories. My mind can sometimes make up assumptions about things. My mind can take me into a whole nother reality. I can go daydreaming in my mind. My mind can fool me sometimes, right? Because not everything my mind tells me is true. My mind is a tool. I am not my mind. I am me. I get to control my mind. Okay, that was a huge one for me. Now, that's a whole nother conversation. But when I come to this realization that I am not my mind, I am me. Okay, this goes back to the whole idea of like our soul and who we really are as people. Okay, but I am me. I am a person walking around. Okay, I can actually shut my mind up. I can actually tell my mind, we're not going there right now. Okay, it doesn't mean necessarily avoiding the thoughts that are coming up, but sort of like sitting back and watching them, becoming the observer of the mind and saying, all right, I see you coming up with this worry, and I see you coming up with that worry, and I see you're making an assumption about this and that and who knows what else, but I don't necessarily need to listen to you right now. I don't need to necessarily get worked up because of this right now. I can just take a seat in the background, okay? Now, the minute this came to play, the minute I realized all of this, that I am not my mind, I am just me, right? And I have the power to tell my mind, not now. I'm not dealing with this right now. That helps me come back to myself. That helps me realize, hey, I'm actually sitting here right now. I take a look around me. I take in the presence of where I am right now, and I actually delve into the present moment. Okay? So again, losing yourself in the present moment is realizing that I'm sitting in this space, but I am not fully here. My mind is not fully here. My mind is occupied with something else. We're not talking about being on a phone. We're not talking about watching or completely being out of the reality. We're talking about being there, but not completely fully there. When I choose to fully be in the moment, to fully sit or walk around or be involved in the activity that's going on around me, that's called being in the present moment. Okay. Now, some of the tools that help us be able to be in the present moment and to fully be and sit in the moment, okay, is either by breathing. Okay. I still have a hard time with that. Honestly, it's like I really do have a hard time with breathing and finding the space of coming back to myself through breathing, but I know that a lot of people do. Okay, breathing is one technique. What really helps me is sort of sitting down and like taking a nice slow look around the room and taking it in. I'm sitting here in this room. My body is here looking at my body, and I'm taking in everything that's going on around me, and I am here right now. Now, this power of being here right now is that means that I am fully in the moment. Okay, nothing else matters. What happened in the past does not matter. What's going to happen in the future does not matter. So all my focus and all my concentration is put into what is happening right now. Okay, let me give you an example, a real life example. Okay, as a mom and as a person that I am, I do worry about the future, and I do sometimes bring up the past again, and I replay it in my mind, okay? Something where I find myself in plenty of times. So all the kids are home. They all came home from school. Everyone went through their own day. There's little lives going on around me, okay? And I'm sitting on the couch. My mind can be in a bunch of different places, right? Worrying about the past, worrying about the future, just worrying about who knows what else, right? Or I can make a conscious decision. Right now, I am going to focus on what's happening now around me, because nothing else matters. But according to Eckhart Tolle, okay, he talks about how there is no past and there is no future. I can never ever go back to what happened in the past, and I can never ever jump into the future. If I sit and worry about the future, or I sit and rehash the past, I am literally borrowing time, and I'm creating a reality that just does not exist. I can never jump ahead to the future. So I am taking this time that I have right now, and I'm literally wasting it, because the past was once the now, and the future will one day be the now. So the only thing that I have right now is the now. I might as well jump into it. I might as well love it. I might as well live it to its full capacity. So I can sit there with my children and truly, truly enjoy the moment. I can talk to each one of them. I can do an activity with them and just truly enjoy the present moment without this rush, right? Or without this constant worry, which takes me away from being able to fully be there. Now, what's the benefit of fully being in the present moment? When I am fully in the present moment and I know that the past doesn't matter and the future doesn't matter, that automatically gives me some peace. That automatically gives me some calmness. So I am able to function as a different type of person. I'm able to function as a calm and peaceful person, because the only thing that matters right now is what's going on around me right now. Why is this hard? Why do we avoid it? When we realize that we're not in the present moment, and it takes a minute to realize it, okay? Because sometimes we're like, what? Like, no, I'm here. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm here. I'm not on my phone. I'm functioning. When we have to sit in the present moment, as enjoyable as it can be, and as peaceful as it can be, on the other side of it, reality hits. Reality hits in a way like nothing else. So if you're going through a tough time, right, and there's pain, or there is something hard about your reality, you see it. It comes to your face, right? And you sort of have to learn to delve into that feeling, to step into it, and still walk around and completely be present without trying to avoid it at any cost. Okay? So being in the present moment really, really, truly helps me because it calms me down. It helps me feel present. And honestly, for me, like the biggest part of it is the kind of mom that I am. Instead of being reactive constantly because my mind is just not there, I can sort of respond, let's say, to my kids or to the people around me in just a peaceful, nice, appropriate manner. Because my mind is nowhere else. The only thing that matters right now is you. Is you, my child. Like, what are you telling me right now? You're telling me it's about something that happened in school. Of course I want to hear what happened to you in school. My mind is not somewhere else because right now my mind is here. It's basically this idea of being in an activity, being in an action, right? But being fully there. That means putting my 100% there. I'm sitting and I'm eating dinner with my children. I am fully here. My mind is not somewhere else. I want to hear everything that you guys have to say because right now it's the only thing that matters. I'm putting my kids to bed. Right now it's the only thing that matters. And I can make that choice. I have control over my mind. I have control over my thoughts. And if other things come up and if other thoughts want to come up and play, I have this ability to say, not right now, or I'll hear you. Let me observe you. I'm just going to hear what you have to say, but I'm not going to fall into this trap of this whole thought pattern of like, oh my God, I'm in my thoughts. So I'm in my thoughts and I'm walking around and I'm doing my household activities, right? Or my chores, or I'm making dinner, or I'm cleaning up, or whatever it is, right? But my head is not there. Imagine what it looks like when my head is there. Okay, it's like fully being in the moment every single day. And it's hard. It really honestly is. It's hard. It takes practice. And it's something that I find I constantly need to return to. I constantly need to come back to it. I need to say, hey, I'm not here. Like, I'm not here. I feel it. I can feel I'm not here. I'm not calm. My body is full of anxiety. I'm not walking around in this peaceful way that I love, okay? So I need to come back to it. How do I come back to it? Either by slowly taking a look around the room, bringing myself in. Another thing that really helps is gratitude. Looking around and saying, I'm thankful for what I have right now. I'm healthy. I have a roof over my head. My kids have food to eat. We're happy. Everyone's doing well, right? Finding the good in the situation also helps to come back to the reality that you are in. Okay. I just want to go back for a moment and I want to connect this to my episode that I had last time, episode number 4, where I spoke about this certainty, right? This like sort of surrendering to the bigger picture, surrendering to a power that's greater than myself, to God, however you call it. Being in the present moment is a sort of, there is a surrendering that happens because, I'm so worried about what I want, right? I'm so worried about the future. There's nothing else that I can do. The only thing that I can do is surrender and know that ultimately the best thing that's going to happen for me. So I might as well enjoy the moment. I might as well enjoy the presence of where I am right now. I might as well enjoy everything that's happening around me. Because if I allow fear and I allow worry and I allow anxiety to take over my life, I am going to miss out on everything that's happening to me right now. I read something so beautiful lately. I don't know where it's from, but something about how we're constantly waiting. Like, once I'm going to get my degree, then my life is going to begin, right? And then everything is going to be fine. Or once I'm going to get that dream job, then I'm going to actually be happy and then I'm going to live. Or once I'm actually going to get all that money, then I'm going to actually be happy. Right? So we're constantly like looking forward to something in the future and thinking to ourselves, when I'm going to get that thing, right, that I'm working so hard to get, that is only when I'm going to be able to actually breathe and live and enjoy the present moment. But life is all the things that happens until I get to that space. Life is the small things that are happening now while we are struggling, while we are trying to get to that area that we want to get to. Wouldn't it be silly to miss out on the life that we're having now because we're so focused on what we're going to get? How much are we missing out on right now because of our eye on something else? I think that's what really helps me come back to myself, me come back to where I am right now. It may not be great. It may not be your dream. It may not be what you wanted. It may not be what you planned, but this is what you have. So you might as well take it and just love it and enjoy it and actually live in it in every single moment. Be there. Let your mind be there. Like, calm yourself. Find the peace within the moment and enjoy it. Pretend it's the funnest thing that you can do. You know, personally, just like a personal example, I remember when I used to look at like taking care of like bath and bedtime as like a chore. Like I couldn't wait to get over it. I couldn't wait to get the kids in the bath. I couldn't wait to put them into bed. I couldn't wait until they were sleeping so that I can just sit down and relax. And through therapy and through healing and reading books and through everything, right? And specifically this book, I remember the day when I actually enjoyed giving my son a bath. I enjoyed sitting there with him, giving him the bath. I enjoyed sitting there and playing with the toys and talking to him about his day. And it was just so peaceful. There wasn't this crazy rush, which causes reactions that are unnecessary, which causes anxiety, which causes tension in the home. And all that rush just was non-existent because right now the only thing that mattered was giving the child a bath and enjoying it and enjoying to give him the bath and enjoying to put him to sleep and enjoying the process of it because I might as well enjoy it. This is what I have right now. This is my life right now. I might as well love every single moment of it. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to our next episode.